for me, it's a huge day, and I've got like this buzz, man, because hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome back. I just wanted to quickly jump on to show you guys what I've been up to the last 3 days, and then today, which will be the fourth. I've actually kind of pulled out a strategy I've had in my back pocket for a long time. It's a strategy I've used before. I've actually passed, I think, 3 trials with it, but I've also failed a couple of challenges with it. The reason I'm doing this is just because the order block strategy at the moment is doing okay, but it's not really getting me to the finish line. And I think it's partly me. It's partly how my brain works in terms of wins and losses. I think I'm a lot more competitive, and the losses, even though I know I'm following a strategy, I don't know. I just kind of I'm still kind of testing it and tweaking it and stuff. So I thought until I'm like 100% with that, I'm just going to trade an old strategy. And what I thought of doing is just looking at why I got the wins and why I got the fails with this strategy. I can't really go into too much detail with the strategy because it's a strategy that I've actually paid for. If you guys are interested, you can always message me or send a comment and give me a way to contact you, and then I can tell you where to go. But I can't really go into too much detail. But I am trading it, and I will actually trade it live, and I'm in one now, which is quite a heavy one. Basically, instead of trading a big lot, 1%, 2%, sometimes people will trade 3 or 4. On a challenge account, it's stupid, but what I'm doing is I'm taking equivalent of like maybe 1 or a 2% trade and breaking it down into like almost 40 different trades if I need to. Most of the times it's 10 trades and then I get my take profit, but I'm in quite a heavy one now. So I thought, let me just quickly jump over, show you where I am. I've already secured about $17 today. My daily target at the moment is about $30, $35, which I've been hitting every day since I started the strategy. The only thing I've changed is I've reduced my starting lot right down. So on a $10,000 account, I used to trade, I think about 0.2 or 0.3 as my starting lot. I'm now trading 0.02, so like a tenth of what I used to trade. And it just allows me to go way further into these bigger trends. Because sometimes when you hit a big trend, that's what will hurt you badly. So let me quickly just record my screen and I will show you what trade I'm in. And you guys are going to be like, what the hell? All right, so this is where we are at the moment. We're currently sitting $60 under. I was about $100 over there. This turned around. So this is what I call a ladder. This is my ladder, 0.2 trades, right? I basically trade on these retracements. And I've already secured. So what you can do a lot of times, and a lot of people don't do this with this strategy, is as it turns around, they wait for it to go into the positive and then they close out everything. Some they'll accept the loss. But what I like to do is as we get a big pullback, and if I'm still in the negative, I'll close out all the positives and then I'll start my ladder again. So I'm kind of always skimming the profits off the top, right? So I've already taken out about $17 today. Even if this pushes all the way back up and then we have another tracement, I'll just keep skimming off the top. And if we get to a point that I'm still $50 under the day and I've been skimming the whole day and I've got to $50, I can always just close out and kind of break even for the day. So you're kind of always managing your trades that way, rather than just leaving it and not securing any profits and then you're going way into drawdown. So this kind of a move, there was a massive move this morning, just after I took the trade. Maybe, I went in maybe a little bit early, but I would have gone in about here. But when did I go in? I think it was here somewhere. Anyway, there was still this massive kick up. And I don't even know, there wasn't any news, there was no news event, but anything against USD, I don't know what happened, but like, there was just this massive kick. And if you go back to the 4 hour, we're at the highest point that we have been. If you go back to the daily, we're at the highest point we have been going all the way all the way back to last year. You go to the weekly, the last time, if you go to the monthly, the last time we were at this point, at this level, was October, or should I say Feb 2014, or beginning of 20, no, it was mid 2015. So over 7 years, it's not been in this area for 7 years, guys. So there's bound to be some kind of retracement. Well, I'm hoping, because at the moment it was just pushing up and pushing up and pushing up. So what I'll do the rest of the day, guys, sometimes you can, normally you're in and out of trades within like half an hour. And I'm always just looking at this lot size. I'm just looking at securing 2 to 3, sometimes $5, sometimes $10 per trade. And when I call this is a trade, even though there's so many open positions, I still call this one trade, because at the moment I'm not even risking. I'm risking 0.5. If this goes up to 100, then I'm risking 1%, right? It did hit 100 when I pushed up. Then there's always retracements, and then you're just shaving off the top, right? Just shave those profits off, and then you re-add the ladder. So a lot of people, how they trade the strategy, like I said, I can't go into the strategy too much, is they'll just leave it the whole time. But I like to manage it, and I'm always securing those profits that sometimes if I push up way higher than I'm comfortable with, I can just close out, sometimes break even, sometimes I'll take a little loss. But there's no stops on this strategy, and that's one thing that is for a lot of people is scary. But I'm watching it all the time. I've kind of set it up in a way that it's not going to run away from me. So what I am doing is kind of managing it big time, and I have a mental stop of about 450. So if this goes all the way to 450, I'll just close out all the positions, and then just take that as as a bad day. It's very unlikely on how I used to trade this on 0.2 or 0.3 lots. I probably would have already hit easily. I would have hit my my max daily drawdown. I would have had to close out, or potentially not been able to close out quick enough because it moved so fast, and I would have hit my my daily drawdown. But now this is the big difference. Now is I've reduced my lot size. I can even go to 0.01 to be a little bit more passive, but I want to secure some. So I'm only, like I said, I'm only looking for about $30 a day. $30 a day. If I've got 20, I think like 22 or 3 trading days in a month, I'm hitting that 8%, right? So basically, on this account, on any account, like it doesn't matter the size. If I'm looking for 8%, if I divide, let's say there's only 20 trading days in the thing, then that's 40. If I'm looking at 20 trading days, I'm looking for $40 a day, or roughly there about $40 a day. So I just wanted to show you guys this. Let me go back to the screen. So I just wanted you guys to see that this is as kind of hectic as the trades ever get. This is probably in the last 4 days by far the biggest drawdown I've had, just because it was some crazy move with USD. But I'm prepared for it, right? I'm ready for it. Every move that you have that's that big, there's going to be a retracement. So, like I said, I'm just constantly skimming those profits off the top, and then I'll re-add that ladder, let it go again. As it drops down, skim it off. If it drops quickly, I'll let it go to kind of where I'm looking at taking all my profit off the table, and then I'll close everything out. But it's quite a cool strategy, guys. If you guys are interested in checking it out, let me know. Just give me a shout in the comments. Let me know if you're interested in checking this strategy. It wasn't cheap. I think I paid the guy, can't remember, to be honest, like $80 or something. And like I said, I passed the trial 3 times using this, but that was, call it luck, because I was using a much bigger lot size. So I got there quicker. I think I passed all of them. All the ones I did pass, I think I passed within the 10 days, in about 10 days. But this strategy, I think, will work really well on a live account, because if you allow your drawdown to go up to 30%, let's say you're willing to lose 30%, and you're trading with this lot size, I would never say this for sure, but it's almost impossible to lose, as long as you're trading it well, managing it, skimming off the top all the time. getting those profits when they are there. You know, just keep ticking over. If you're looking for that 8 to 10% a month, it's easily attainable with this strategy. You know, let's see. I'm at the moment. So I've actually gone down to, I think, 9,850 or something like that. I'm now in the last 3 days, 3.5, including today. I'm back over 10,000. I'm sitting at about 10. I'll tell you right now what I'm on. I'm sitting on 10,014 right now. So we've made a nice comeback, and that's just using this. I've kind of just put the order block strategy back into the kind of testing area. I'm just tweaking it, looking for ways that I can make it better for myself, to see if it's something that I want to continue trading. I would like to eventually actually trade both these strategies together. So start with this, build up a 2, 3, 4% increase in the account in the first 2 weeks, and then you trade the other strategy where you're just trying to get all the way to the 10%, 15, maybe the 20% with the order block. If I can get that order block strategy to a place that I can really trust it. I feel like I can trust it, but it's just, for me, it's just not, I'm just not moving forward enough, you know. I like to move forward. I like to always go forward, even if it's small amounts. With this strategy, I always see momentum. That's the way I work. That's the way it works well for me. You've got to be careful with strategies like this where you're always placing orders against yourself, because, you know, if you don't understand what you're doing, you can blow an account easily. And I've seen people use this blown account and say this is the worst strategy in the world. Why would anyone use it? After this trade is done, I will come back and I'll show you guys my analysis from this challenge so far with my drop from the order blocks, and since I started this strategy, how it's constantly stepping up. And you guys will see that it's maybe a strategy I should have been, using this whole time. When I was using it in the past, I was using it slightly wrong. So when I had those very big trending phases in the market that go 100 pips plus, I can get myself into trouble very easily. And before, I was never doing the skimming off the top. That's something I've kind of started recently. It makes such a difference. Anyway, I'm going to pause it there, guys, and I'll come back once I have got some kind of results with this current trade. This trade is a hectic one. Hey guys, welcome back. The trade went really well. Ended up closing everything out before or just after lunch, during lunch. Ended up closing the day on $42. So hit my target of $30 to $35 easily. So that candle there was the move. Let me go to the 1 minute. I'll show you where I was actually in. So I started my ladder about here, and obviously that was the highest it got to. So that right there is a move of about 70 pips, guys. That was a 70 pip move. How I used to trade this back pocket strategy that I'm talking about is that would have taken me out. I would have had to close probably at about 4.5% if I didn't want to fail, and if I held on to it, I would have failed 100%. And instead, I made 0.4%. I could have probably pushed it a bit further and made the 0.5%. I could have made 50, but for me, it's a huge day, and I've got like this buzz, man, because I know the last few months trading has been a little bit, I don't know, it's kind of like the order block strategy I've been excited about, but it's not really ever got me off the mark. I'm never really getting to where I want to go, and I don't know, I'm still, like I said, I'm still tweaking, I'm still playing around with it, but I don't know. I just don't feel like it's getting me across the line at the moment, and one of my subscribers said, trade a bit and then increase your lot size, and I can do that, but I just worry then, I do that and one loss and I lose all my gains. With this strategy, I'll actually show you. Let me show you guys now quickly. Here we go. And you guys can see that. So this is my actual account, guys. So what I want to show you guys is, obviously, I didn't trade for the first, I'm not sure why. I don't know why it was so long. I think they only started counting it from there, the 27th of the 3rd, I think. So this was my first trade, loss. Then I had a kind of win, came back to 10K. Then I had a couple losses in a row, small win, loss again. And at this point, let me just, yeah. So at this point right here, guys, 9,870 is when I actually said, you know what, I'm just going to put the order block strategy to the kind of like figure it out and pull out this EMA strategy that I've had in my back pocket for a long time. I've traded before. And as you can see, from this point on, there's been no loss. I'm kind of just going up, to the point where we are today. Where are we today? 10,038. So we're back over the start mark, and 4 days in a row, guys, consistently hitting my target. 30, 35. I hit a 38 the other day, and then I think now 42. And I think I could still trade. I think I could get the 50 today, but I think I'm going to leave it there. But the cool thing about today is how I used to trade it, and with the lot sizes I used to trade it, which I thought was very small lot sizes then. But for this strategy, it really isn't, because you just got to think about taking a fairly big lot size or percentage of 1 or 2% and breaking it down into almost potentially 40 different trades if you need to. And I mean, you saw earlier in the video when I actually had all the trades open, you saw that ladder. You saw how many trades I was currently in. And I think at that point, I can't even remember, I was like, I think the worst it went was about $110 into drawdown, which, you know, that's 1%. A lot of people will risk 1% for a trade. So on that I am willing to go further, but it's also about looking at price action, looking at where you are, and kind of making the call, you know. But the other thing I've done and I started doing today was the skimming off the top. That's made a huge difference. So every time I have a pullback, I'm just skimming off the top, unless I know it's going to come all the way back to kind of a positive thing. And also, check this out, guys. I'm actually going up. My win rate is going up. I'm climbing. I'm now on 71.28 win rate, which is crazy, right? I don't think this is a true reflection of this strategy, because I think this is also taking into account these losses here, which is like 100, like 2 losses of $50 in a row. So that's $100 loss in 2 trades. So that's heavily affecting the average return per trade, especially with these which are such small profits. But I mean, I've been with this. You look at this from there all the way up, guys. The worst it's been is this with this drawdown. You see the drawdown there, but even the drawdown isn't going down. This is just heading up, and I think my target now, it says I have 14 days left. I think that's including the long weekend coming up, so I'm going to lose like 4 days there. So realistically speaking, I've probably only got about 10 days to trade. So my target now is I've got to increase. I've got to keep looking for the $40 a day now, because I need to get to about $400. If I hit the $400 mark, I can then basically get the extension, because I haven't used my extension and I have 1 extension and I haven't used it yet. I've had 2 free retakes. This is the 3rd time taking it, but I haven't used an extension. So if I get to anything over 400, they'll give me a free extension, which means I stay where I am, 400 and whatever, and then I get another month to continue from that point, another month to make another 300 and whatever it is. So I think I can potentially do that, and then I'll be able to get the extra within a couple of weeks, and then I'll pass the first phase, and then we go on to the second phase. So it's looking good, guys. Now, the only difference now with my whole plan, it's the first time I've actually, in the last 2 or 3 months, that I've actually seen the plan again. I'll be like, okay, I see now we are moving forward. Because up until this point, I've just been like free retake, and it's like, you know, where we're going. So the plan, we move forward. But with this strategy which I'm bringing in, and even if I'm trading the order block strategy alongside this, I can't do the Lux. I don't think the Lux is actually going to be an option anymore. And the reason being is because one of their rules, very strict rules actually, is they do not allow you to trade without stop losses. And my back pocket strategy, I don't use stops. So that might be an issue. And it's only a 4% daily drawdown, or total drawdown, 4% total drawdown. So that'll make things a little bit tighter. There's no time limit, so you know there is that. I could slow it down and only look for making 0.2 or 0.3% a day. Still manageable, but the no stop losses is, I think, it's going to be a problem. So I have looked elsewhere, guys. So one of the places I am looking is over here, the Funded Trader. They have this 400k challenge, where you have 35 days to make 10%. So I think that's very doable. These guys do allow trading in the weekend, and I think they also allow crypto. I think they do. So these guys say hold trades over the weekend. So you can trade over the weekend, and I think you can trade crypto. I might be mistaken, but I think you can trade crypto with them. So that potentially gives you 35 trading days. So that would mean with these guys to make 10%, let's say you get 25 trading days, right? 10% divided by the 25, you need to make 0.4% per day, which is exactly what I did today. So very doable, right? Good leverage. And they have a max loss of 12 and a max daily of 6. So that you get 1 extra % to play with. So I could potentially increase my lot size slightly. So yeah, so this is one of the things I'm looking at. As soon as I pass the My Forex funds, which now I see the light and I think, you know, we're on the right track. I think the pass is around the corner. Hope so. One of the options is coming this way. It's call it $1,900. So it'll take me a few months of earning that to pay for this, and then it'll be 2 months basically to eventually get this. But once you do that, so you're looking about possibly like another 5 or 6 months to get to this point. But the second you have a 400k account and you make 10%, that's $40,000 with 20% taken. So they will take, what's that? So you're still looking at anywhere over like 30 grand, $30,000 in a month. And that will literally, that's when, like, you know, that's when everything changes. The other option is sticking to My Forex fund. So I'll still have my 10k account with them, but then I'll take a second account. I'll sign up for this emphatic 20k start. The cool thing about this is once you've paid, so it's also about 1,900, call it 2 grand. The second you buy into this, you're trading. There's no challenge. You basically start trading straight away. The thing I love about this is there's no daily drawdown. There's a 10% overall drawdown, right, on the starting account. So I'll start on the 20k. As soon as I've made 20%, I get bumped up to the 40k, and then at that point it becomes 10% of the 40k. Then I get bumped up to whatever it is, 60k, I think. So then it'll be the 10% of the 60. So all the way up to a max funded account of 1.6 million. I mean, crazy. So basically, if you're hitting 10% a month, every 2 months you're going to be upgraded. So I'm kind of leaning towards this one already, because if I have a past account with them, you know, I'm kind of sticking to one company. So I'm kind of liking this, and it is the I don't have to wait 2 months. I don't have to trade like full on stressful for 2 months to actually start earning something. I'm basically earning straight away. So within that, but it is only a 50% payout, right? So you've got to remember that it's only 50%, but you work your way up to a $1.6 million account. You make 10% of that. You're looking at 160. They take 50%. It's still $80,000 in a month, man. So crazy, crazy, crazy. So I kind of, I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards this one, to be honest, guys. You guys let me know. What do you guys think? You think it's worth doing this one, doing the other one, doing the extra 2 months, or you know, whatever. But yeah, I'm feeling positive. I actually see the light at the end of the tunnel, which I wasn't. I think the tunnel was a little bit before, so there was no light. There was no light at the end of that tunnel. But now I am seeing it. Yeah, I'm glad I pulled this little strategy back out. You know, I was collecting some dust. Like I said, if you guys are interested in this strategy, just send me a message or just get in touch, and I will point you guys in the right direction. I can't tell you guys if you pay for this strategy. If I kind of send you to the guy that sells this, I can't promise you that you're gonna make exactly. It took me a while to get to the point to actually make, and I like I said, I failed a few challenges because I was using it wrong. So it's one of those strategies that you have to understand. You have to understand the lot sizes. You have to understand. So I basically did a full mathematic breakdown of how far some of these trends do go. I was looking at like 100, 150 pip. And there's always some kind of pullback. You know, you never have like a 100 pip move that literally has nothing, no bounce or no move. You know, nothing's just moving straight up. It always has to breathe. It always comes down, then moves up, comes down, then there's always retracement. So that's kind of where you make your money with this strategy, at least. So I'm feeling positive now, guys. I'm kind of like, you know, looking straight again, looking to the future and feeling very positive. So goal is to get the extension on this one and then go for the pass. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks so much for joining, and we will catch you in the next video. Maybe next one, what I'll be looking at doing is doing this strategy start to finish live. So I'll do a full live trade for you guys, and you know, whatever happens, happens, right? Anyway, guys, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.